Hello people, how are you? I hope you're doing fine. I'm here to share with you my opinion and the summarization for me about this book called Bittersweet. I was very curious, especially because it was one of Oprah's recommendations and I was like, I need to check it out. If you're curious, if you want to know my opinion about the book, keep watching. In the beginning of the book, we see like an invitation to dive deep in our fault, in our beliefs, including the religious aspect. I thought it was very interesting the fact that she always mentioned it like different religions and the author showed a huge knowledge about them as well as respect. And when you read the book, you see that the book will talk about self-compassion, self-care, especially the sense of belonging. I'm an immigrant here in Canada, and for me, the timing that this book came to my life, it was perfect. And one of the reasons why is because of the sense of belonging the book keeps talking over and over again, and the relation with the bittersweet aspect. But not only that, also includes the need to look to ourselves and fix ourselves sometimes, instead of try to fix others. I got intrigued by the fact that the author always compared opposites. For example, love and lost, the relationship we have with mothers. And I love this sentence that she mentioned. Everything that you love, you will eventually lose. But in the end, love will return in a different form. Isn't that beautiful? And then the book goes on and on and on, and it mentions culture pressure. For example, when you are in universities and you have peer pressure, not only at uni, but in life in general, and what you do and how the bittersweet moments can have a relation, especially with the meaning of the word longing. And when you read something, you always try to relate that to your own life. And for me, living this new experience in a new country called my attention when the book talks about igniting change in our life and even allow difficult emotions and try to amplify the compassion in our lives. I was just observing when I was reading, actually listening to the book, that the author brings many truths. And she shares that like the people we love, leaders, in schools, universities, workplace, different people has different positions and even different perception about losing and winning, right? And it has a consequence. People has a different reaction towards losing or winning something or someone. We see that many people needs external validation, and the books talks a lot about it, but I like when she says like it's urgent to get enchanted. And she even mentions the word saudade. That's from my mother language, Portuguese, and it means missing something or someone deeply. That kind of relates to the bittersweet process, right? And I think this is what she tries to explain or share, like in my opinion, that we are invited to live this bittersweet life, because sometimes we try to be like too good, or we try to win all the time, or we try not to get depressed, or we try to avoid bad moments, but they are part of us. As the book says, expand your attachment. When reading it, it made me realize that sometimes we get too attached, like to the good moments, or we can get attached very often to the bad moments or to the sorrows in our lives. And then the book talks about the fact that sometimes we move forward, but not necessarily we move on. And for me, it brought the idea that we have to be aware of the bittersweetness in our life and what we do. And it's interesting the fact that at the end of the book, she shares about like her own experience, her personal experience with her dad, with her history, with her background, and how it connects with the bittersweet in human race in general. It's like in the conclusion, we have that the bittersweet makes us whole as human. And for me, it's a book that I would read again, maybe over and over again in my life. And of course, I would recommend it. I had the audio version. Actually, I had the CD version from the library in my community. So this was a problem for me. Next time I want to buy the book or read the book, like the physical one, because nowadays we don't have many CD displays over our homes, right? So by a miracle, I have only one in my house. So even though I wanted to stop and listen and appreciate that moment to, kind of read or listen to the book, not always I had the time and the patience to be around the radio recorder I have. But I think this is like a personal dilemma, not related to the book at all. As I said, I just loved the book. If you're thinking of reading it, please go for it. Kind of liked the idea of listening to this book as an audiobook because it was the author that was reading. So you kind of get a connection with her voice, with her tone, with the things that she wants to stress in the book. But I believe that you can have the same feeling when you're just reading. I don't know about you, but for me, it was an amazing book. I don't know if you're about to read this book. This is why you're watching this video. I don't know if you already read this book, please let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. If I said something that matched with what you thought, I will be sharing with you more often about the books I'm reading. So this is about the bittersweet, but who knows what will be the next one. Send your recommendations if you have any. And in this channel, I share a little bit of everything about my life, about my routine around the world, now living in Canada, but there is a playlist when I was living in Germany, when I was living in England, and if you want, you can check it out and follow me to keep updated. Thanks for watching, see you on the next video, and bye!